My pick for this game, Sean, for the national championship, I am taking Miami to cover plus 8.5 against Indiana. I am not buying into all the dummies. I am pointing at Sean while saying that think that Indiana is going to boat race Miami. I get it. Miami has not been a team that has been fully consistent. They played like 75% of their best game against Ole Miss, but they still won. And one thing that we were reminded of and that we've been reminded of throughout the college football playoff, they have a really dang good offense and defensive line. Both units have first-round caliber talent on it with Francis Mauigoa and Ruben Bain. There is an edge for Miami along the lines of scrimmage. They have the more talented O-line and D-line in this matchup. I think Indiana ultimately wins the game, but I think that they're going to be able to get penetration and to get sacks on Fernando Mendoza. I think they're going to get push running the ball. And the absolute most integral part of all of this, Miami moves the ball too slowly to get blown out by more than a touchdown. There is no world that they lose this game by more than a touchdown. A methodical, moving, rushing team getting dominated, absolutely no shot. Give me the Canes plus 8.5.
Well, you know what? Even though we weren't drafting for picks, I thought it was honorable you as the loser from last week to go first, just because that's just decorum on this show. So I'm glad you got your pick out first, the losing pick. Indiana 8.5 is my pick. They beat the second best Big Ten team 56-22. Miami won by 4 versus
the second best Big Ten. Ohio State was.
Oh, well, how come they weren't playing Ohio State there? And
because the way that the bracket was set up,
yeah, Ohio State third best.
Oregon had an easy path.
They dusted up Oregon by 30 plus points. Miami beat the third best SEC team by 4.
They beat a Big Ten team that was in the Big Ten championship game. Are you trying to argue that Indiana had a harder path to get here? They had
arguing that Indiana
a banged up Alabama team and an Oregon team that was also banged up.
Indiana
I can't believe that's your logic.
A much better win than Miami did. Are we sitting here?
They've had 3 better wins.
Their great dominant win over Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I'm not going to trash Ole Miss, but the SEC was weaker this year, and everyone's trying to mark this as some David versus Goliath story. It's not. Miami just kind of snuck by an Ole Miss team without their head coach, and that's fine. Great win. Way to make it to the championship, guys.
Downplaying
Indiana has been putting a flamethrower to all their opposition. They've been torching them, steamrolling them, adjectiving them. Like that's what they've been doing. That'd be a verb. Adverb. That's what they've been doing.
Something that people say? Adjectiving?
No. Indiana, look. One team put up 56 points. One team's quarterback had 5 touchdowns with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The other team got by Ole Miss. Indiana is going to win by 8.5.
Terrible.
If I was setting a line, I'd set it at like 10.5, and I'd hate that hook, but I think they win by 10 plus. Double digits is what they win by. That team is a machine, and Miami, second best machine in college football. I will give them that. They have second machine award. Congratulations, Hurricanes. You're not even close to Indiana when it comes to like discipline, when it comes to not making mistakes, the battle of the trenches. I am not seeing Indiana getting pushed around very much. I'm not seeing them be unable to run the rock. Oh, we'll see it versus Miami. I doubt it.
This is the best challenge that they've had along both lines. This is the best team that they have faced in terms of offensive line and defensive line opposition. This is the toughest matchup that they are going to have to deal with. I hate your logic. I think you could have sold me on it in different ways, but to downplay Miami's performance based on who they've gone up against, you're cooked if that's what you're going with.
No way.
I have never felt more secure in a pick hitting than what you just said there.
Are you kidding me, dude?
You're completely discounting the beef that Miami has up front on both sides of the ball.
That's like the one thing that they got that I'm respecting.
But that's the most important thing in football.
The quarterback's the most important thing in football, Joseph. You know
Not
that.
when he's getting pressure.
Yeah, you're spinning narrative, all right? You're spinning narrative.
How am I spinning narrative?
Because no one's going to sit here except for me and tell you that there's something more important than the trenches, because everyone knows how important the trenches are. But when it really comes down to it in the national championship, you need the quarterback. You need the 1-1, the Heisman winner. That's Fernando Mendoza. Go ahead. You take Carson. You take Carson Beck. You put your chips on him.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's your deal. I won't do that if he's playing Fernando Mendoza. I refuse to do that. If they're dueling, I will not choose Carson Beck over him.
I respect Mendoza a ton. I love Fernando Mendoza. I said the kid was going to be the first overall pick back at the beginning of the season. So I've been on Mendoza, but against Ohio State, don't give me, I've been on him before you were.
No way. No way.
What do you mean no way?
No way.
Back in May, I was saying that he was going to be the first.
I was clocking him at UCLA, dude.
What school was he out before Indiana? No, repeat that.
Was he a Cal?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Shut up. Oh, my God. He got sacked and pressured plenty against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. That was the last challenging matchup that they had up front. Alabama didn't have the guys to get after him. Oregon didn't have the guys to get after him. Miami does.
Oregon looked like they had some pretty good defensive players when they were playing Texas Tech.
They were much weaker in sack production than people realize. They were like actually, wait, I could tell you right now. I have it written down. Their sack production this year was incredibly underwhelming. So
what about their pressure production? Because now if you say that sacks are
69th
low,
in sacks this year.
It's not too good. What about their pressures? Because
Miami's third.
People will tell you that pressures are more important than sacks.
I don't have the pressure metrics. I don't have the pressure metrics.
What about next gen stats? Do they have it?
They don't. Okay. All right.
What about?
Now you're pissing me off.
I'm just
you're pissing me off.
People, I'm just sick of that argument where it's like, oh my God, it's the freaking Abdul Carter argument. He had no sacks this year, but he had a ton of pressures, and people are acting like it's the same thing. It's not.
I mean, we have picks that we have to get to. I'm not letting you trigger me.
That's
we got
fine.
the better coach. I'm not going to let you trigger me. I'm not going to.
That's crazy. That's rage bait. Why are you even saying that?
Because you just rage baited me. Okay.
I was drawing an example for the argument.